So I gambled and went for it, and the left back's gone forward, so it's ended up paying off.
It was a really good phase of the game for you guys around that period when the goal came, but then the Mariners took over again. You're in a real battle tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think we were on top. We were playing well, probably one of the best we've played this season until the goal, so I think they had 5-10 minutes on top of us, but come out second half and start like we did, and we'll have a good chance.
Thanks for your time, mate. Good luck second half. And we'll be back to have a look at all the half-time highlights right after this, including how that Melbourne victory goal unfolded. Stay with us. Hope you're enjoying Fox Sports live coverage of the doubleheader tonight.
Sleep-ins, fresh air, family time, and lots of footy.
That's how we roll on Fox League. How good is this?
What a weekend. Unbelievable.
Sundays done right on Fox League.
Whether you lift, run, push, strike, leap, attack, or defend, we are all united by sport. Trusted sports nutrition for all players and all sports. Musashi.
Absolutely anybody can come in and have a shot at DIY.
Everyone certainly does have a role in the project.
Setting out your goals and working as a team to get the plan in action is really what it's all about.
Bounce ideas back and forth to each other, giving each other different ideas of how it could be better or how could we improve this.
Teamwork does definitely make the dream work.
With our help in store, you can tackle anything in the home.
And we'll help you find what you need to kick off your project. Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
You've switched a button. You just need to change it.
Don't drown in one-off discounts. Switch and save with Aldi's permanently low prices. Aldi. Good. Different.
Easter's coming up. Now is the time to start planning those projects. Planning makes the job so much easier. Being able to step it out, get a plan together so you know exactly what your end goal is going to be.
Just come into store, tell us what you need, tell us what you're thinking, and we can help you make a massive difference to your home, however big or small the project is.
So once you've got your plans all organised and you know what you want to do, come into Bunnings and we'll help you make it happen.
So what's your Easter project plan? Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
All right, single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese.
And my triple Whiskey River.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
I'm a girl from a cotton field that proved myself above the destruction and the mistakes, and I'm here for you.
Tina, exclusively on Foxtel Movies Premiere, Sunday 8:30 or watch on demand.
Bye, Cocky.
Bye-bye. Finally. The way I see it, you've got two options in life. Settle for what you're given or speak up for what you deserve. NBA. Slam dunk. Find the end. See ya. Show me kids' movies. Gets me every time. Foxtel, now with voice control.
Top v bottom in Gosford, and nothing can separate the Mariners and the victory at half-time. It's 1-1. Entertaining game. Both teams had their moments. Both teams had their periods of dominance. And Danny De Silva and Callum McManaman among those putting on a show so far as the Maccas half-time heroes lap up their time out there on Central Coast Stadium, banging in some goals and celebrating, and also some tough little midfield battles as well. And the opening goal in this game arrived 20 minutes in after this free kick. And you can see Tonic has fouled Cruz, and there was debate. The Mariners thought it was their free kick. They committed forward. You see how high up the pitch Clisby was, and it left Kai Rolls a sitting duck for McManaman.
Anyone's a sitting duck, one-on-one being Callum McManaman. He's had his injury troubles this year and could perhaps do a little bit more work defensively, but when he gets one-on-one against an opponent, very, very difficult. Good finish. I don't know quite how the Central Coast Mariners interpreted that Tongnick challenge as a free kick.
No, they then thought Campsover was caught offside. They thought that's why the whistle. Right. That's where the confusion set in.
Right.
And these
did well with the goal and then looked, more like a Melbourne Victory team, not the complete package, but more like it. But Danny De Silva, a little bit of trickery, brought a different atmosphere around the Mariners. They started winning some one-on-one duels, some more incisive passing. Bowman did brilliantly to make this goal. Butterfield left on his backside in coming second to him in that duel. And Orania, fine player, getting better and better each week with goals now to match. And that levelled the scores. And from that point on, the Mariners were looking thoroughly dominant.
And the Victory captain tonight is Robbie Cruz, who's had plenty of ball out there on the left wing tonight.
Yeah, more ball tonight than he's had in recent matches. And, this was all part of the fruit of the Victory having a good spell. And that came on the back, not just of the goal, but of some way more dominant defensive play. Barnett won his share of possession. Adama Traore on a couple of occasions with really positive, proactive defending, by which I mean they closed a player down with the intent to win the ball. And then Cruz and Butterfield, Brimmer mentally, but when you're at the bottom of the table and your confidence is brittle, a game can change against you very quickly.
And it's a double-header tonight in the A-League. Perth Glory against Newcastle next. And the Glory coach, Richard Garcia, good enough to join us. You've got a debutant in Perth colours tonight. Jason Guerrier straight into the side. And what's he been doing with your club so far?
Jason's a fantastic player, a fantastic person who's come in and settled quite well, and we're looking forward to seeing him on the park tonight.
And Kieran Bramwell makes another start. What are you making of his showing so far?
Yeah, he's put in a lot of effort and he's added a little bit of sharpness to the side, and I think he'll have a good game tonight.
And the Jets have been copping some goals of late. Your attacking players, their eyes must be lighting up about what you can do on your home deck tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely looking to build off that solid performance midweek and, try and get a few more goals and try and keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, Richie, you've got a pile of games coming up. It's a punishing schedule. I mean, you're allowed, I guess, to focus on that, but the players can't. How do you make sure they focus just on the 90 minutes?
Look, the thing about this group is that they're very strong-willed and, they've had to put up with this all season, so I think they're quite used to it. So it's just about keeping their bodies in check and making sure that mentally they're still switched on.
Thanks for your time. We look forward to the game.
Thanks, gents.
We wish the Perth Glory and the Newcastle Jets the best in tonight's second game, coming up right after. There's easy football on the eye, aren't they?
And it's a big difference when you're at the top of the table. The Mariners know exactly what Melbourne Victory are going through. They've been there. Time address will be complete empathy with their opponents, and that helps them, should they be forewarned for the second half. And a couple of flat spots for the Mariners didn't take them long to shake themselves out of that, and the passing got back on. The movement was the only one where he could actually go towards the ball, and it just showed how effective he is in the air. A more positive result. Marco Orania has been outstanding, got the goal to level the scores, and might have given his team the lead on halftime.
Plenty of A-League action coming your way, and midweek on Main Event, we've got a massive boxing bout coming your way.
Zoo Part 2 is Australian boxing's new two-time world title challenger, Dennis Hogan.
Zoo's going to go. Destructive performance from Zoo.
Tim Zoo versus Dennis Hogan, Wednesday, March 31, only on Main Event.
So if you're starting your project, you can always pop into Bunnings. We definitely make DIY easier for anyone from the beginner all the way to the expert.
So you can tackle those projects. The thing you thought might be a little too hard, we can show you how to do it.
Most of the customers that come in here, it is about home improvement, and it is a personal journey for a lot of customers, so it's great to be a part of that journey with them. You get a lot of great satisfaction out of seeing them achieve their goals.
It's like setting your own goals for your own DIY projects at home.
With a multi-layered shock-absorbing sole and premium-grade leather, Steel Blue boots don't need wearing in. Backed by 100% comfort guarantee, they put a spring in your step from day one. Steel Blue boots, built for comfort, made for work.
You've switched a button, you just need to change.
Don't drown in one-off discounts.
Easter's coming up. Now is the time to start planning those projects. Planning makes the job so much easier, being able to step it out, get a plan together so you know exactly what your end goal is going to be.
Just come into store, tell us what you need, tell us what you're thinking, and we can help you make a massive difference to your home, however big or small the project is.
So once you've got your plans all organised and you know what you want to do, come into Bunnings and we'll help you make it happen.
A shout out to our Steel Blue legends. You dig deep every day to put the roofs over our heads. You've got our backs and we've got your feet. Steel Blue boots, built for comfort, made for work.
All right, single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese.
Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
I know I can make a success of the new convent.
I think this place is too much for all of us.
Time to unleash the beast.
Foxtel Movies, the complete Fast and Furious collection. Available anytime on demand.
Sunday of football.
Marco Lorena came up with the equaliser for the Mariners. We're about set to go in this second half. 1-1 with the victory. And Central Coast coach Alan Stajic, good enough to join us. You must be pleased with the way your team responded after falling behind.
Yeah, for sure. I thought the last 15 minutes in particular, we really took control of the game. But in saying that, we know that Victory got a fair bit of threat up front. So, we can't rest on our laurels, that's for sure.
And Stetch, your club has had plenty of experience being where Melbourne Victory is. Is that any use to you at half-time and in dressing the players?
No, not really. We're really focusing on ourselves. That's history. This is this game and this event, and we really just got to focus on this as its own event.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Victory looking to surge forward here. Look at the run being made by Storm Roo. Underlapping Callum McManaman. There are a few of the teams looking at the way Melbourne City are playing with their inverted fullbacks and adapting it to their games. We saw Jack Lisby make a similar run as a left fullback in this game, tucking in like a Scott Jamieson would. Copycat league at times, Harps?
Well, I don't know how many new ideas there are in football, but if you want to copy Melbourne City with one thing, it's desire and intent. And that's, to me, a very clear foundation of what Tony Cosnorbo is building this season down there. And there are great players on the back of it, make no mistake.
As you saw, Gianni Stensness taken off on a yellow card on his return to the starting lineup, so Nisbet is into midfield. Ansell. Dylan Ryan. Asking a lot of Brimmer, but he was good enough to beat Negro. Nisbet arrived, goal side. And Barnett. To Brimmer. Butterfield. For Traore. Missing some key cogs in their attack for Victory. No Rudy just there, no Marco Rojas for at least another few games, it seems. Marco Rojas out with a broken leg, of course. And Simon goes down. he's looking for Kamsoba. It was awkward for Tonyik. And Negro turned away from any potential trouble. Matt Simon beat Dylan Ryan again. Handful of shirt. Was an easy spot there for the official. And they got out of the way to allow their Simon free kick. De Silva in space. And Danny De Silva kept his shot on target, but no real threat for Acton. And Daniel Bowman says, what about me, Daniel?
Yeah, well, here's the scramble before. And Acton saves the day. Matt Simon makes something of it. And then reversing the laws, Newtonian laws of physics, B speed, something actually increases its own inertia without being affected by something.
That was incredible.
You're rewriting the rules, Speedy. More spin than the federal parliament.
There's trouble for the Melbourne Victory. Injured player down after.
Storm Road. He was down in the centre circle as that attack unfolded. Brilliant work. We haven't paid credit to Matt Simon. Firstly, wins the ball on halfway. Exactly what you want for your outlet man. Wins the free kick, turns around and sprays a 60-metre pass to get De Silva into the penalty area. Well done, Matty Simon.
The stretcher is being called for, unfortunately, here. And Storm Roo has history of freak injuries. Down at Amy Park, he had that horrible lower leg injury that forced him out for a long time. Let's hope this is nothing too serious. But the stretcher is never a good sign. Boot already off. Brebner getting Aaron Anderson ready. Wasn't such a shame for Storm Roo. 166 A-League appearances, more than 100 of those for the Mariners, and the Central Coast fans giving him a good hand. Here he is, right in the middle, in the centre circle, just felt something that had happened earlier. And when Matt Simon took this quick free kick, that's why he was out of the equation. So the paperwork being sorted out right now. The Victory playing with 10 at the moment. Anderson is ready to come on. Barnett, clever. And now Brimmer trying to keep the attack going. Headed off by Negro, who bends one around the corner. Simon not giving up. And Dylan Ryan goes safety first.
sensible positioning.
Ball back inside. Mariners are lopsided here, and Bozanic knew it. Tried to flight it towards Simon. And I'm guessing that the Mariners throw won't take as long as Traore's have. Straight back into play. And Traore gives up the throw now. But very popular figure. Lovely pass for Bowman. In by Negro. Simon putting pressure on Acton. Maintained his balance through it all. Has to put the ball down to take a free kick, says the referee. And now Traore has gone down. Surely not another fullback. Forced off through injury.
Dylan Ryan stretching out his calves.
Dalibor Markovic we saw in that left-back role when Traore was injured earlier in the season. He's warming up behind the goals. Ryan Shotton thinks he might be called upon. Who's going to get the nod here?
Well, just hope Reza is stopping the clock on these, because there's been a lot of delays tonight.
Talked about the combinations. They've had 8 different starting combinations in the back 4 this season. How's your maths? How many different combinations will there be in this game?
He's been really good tonight, Adama. It's like a double change because Dylan Ryan is struggling too, so there's another lengthy stop. Long stop for Stormy Roo.
Double change being prepared. Ryan Shotton and Dalibor Markovic about to come on. Brebner knows he's only got 3 substitution windows available, so only one more after this. Part of the reason that he's pulled the trigger on the Shotton change, perhaps for Dylan Ryan, who's been on the comeback trail from injury, and spotted by Andy Harper stretching out that cramp. Bozanic drops it into that corner, tracked down by De Silva. Simon between a couple, earns another corner.
Well, Matty Simon, excellent. De Silva, good tracking back by Jay Barnett. Come the reinforcements for the victory.
Departs behind the goals. And Dylan Ryan it is to make way for Ryan Shotton. So they've made a double change while defending a set piece. Some coaches won't do that. Grant Brebner takes his chances, given that the 2 players coming off were on their last legs somewhat. The variation. Bozanic. Out comes Acton, and he got there just. Bowman took a tumble. There's appeals on his behalf for what went on there.
That's a very good read from Matt Acton, and he's actually won the throw-in. Just punched it on to Bowman. Off his head, it glanced away for a throw-in.
Do it for Adama Traore in his milestone game, the victory. And they find the lead again. Another late whistle here.
Well, they're really struggling to get a foothold in the game. Just look around the field and You wonder where the needle on the petrol tank is.
Second halves this season, scored 6, conceded 20. Welcome to the ball game, Ryan Shotton.
Well,
you're in the book.
He's shown plenty of patience around the ref. The restarts have just taken forever. I mean, Methuselah will wake up.
Acton doesn't waste any time when he eventually got there. And the victory on notice. Andy Moore-Markovic doesn't waste any time with the throw-in. Cruz v Negro. Seen this one-on-one a few times. Nisbet there to lend a hand. Cruz taking on all comers. And the numbers one out as Bowman made it 3 against Victory's number 10. I mentioned the potential of a significant portion of stoppage time. Think back to last year when the Mariners won it in the 100th minute, 90 plus 10 in the record books for this guy, Matt Simon. Andy Moore-Markovic stopped it getting through to him. Cruz knew there was space around the corner for Butterfield, who glances inside and has Cam Sober against Kai Rolls. He kept on running, Elvis. And the Mariners so good in defensive transition. Plenty of bodies behind the ball. Anderson and McManaman not on the same page. Run being made through the middle by Bowman. Closing down by Butterfield and gets the throw in again for the victory. Is it Allo Quoll time, Andy?
Not far off.
Really done by Tonic.
But not exactly yet. I don't think the killer punch just yet. The team is playing well. Just turning the screws on the victory. Stretched, but hanging on and looking. A couple of glimpses themselves. Cruz to Butterfield, that last exchange gave them some promise.
De Silva stood up to the back post. Shotton leaves it for Simon to attack, and it took a little deflection through to Acton.
But the thing for Alan Stajic with Allo Quoll is, you know, he's going to make an impact. You want to put him on with enough time to actually run the victory defence to distraction. The Silva's been good tonight. Another delay. Well done, Ali Reza. He's had enough.
You don't see this too often. Last time I saw it, Ali Fagani was the referee who gave the indirect free kick for taking too long with the ball in hand for a goalkeeper.
Well, he's been pretty patient till now, I've got to say.
Yep, that's far too long. And well called by the man with World Cup experience as a referee. Can the Mariners capitalise? You don't practice these too often, do you, Harsh?
No, look, the brutal reality is the conversion rate is very low from this sort of range. But that Simon to pile drive is my tip.
Could flick it up, of course.
Oh, the flick up free kick speed.
Been done before in Australian National League history.
It's been referred to for a couple of seasons.
as Campsover is inside the required distance. Indirect free kick signalled by Fagani, so you can't take a direct strike unless it deflects off an opponent. Little touch from Bozanic, and they charge out of the wall. And how are they allowed to halve the distance? That wall, they say, to charge down a free kick. Bozanic slides it through, and Acton gets there. It's almost the same blade of grass where they gave up that late spot kick last season.
Touch of the ball. Clearly broken at Markovic, but good on him for having to go, the youngster. Clearly should have been retaken.
Campsover is chasing, and Tonic with that longer stride made up the ground so quickly. He's offside. Campsover just broken a little too early there. Simon headed for the corner. Around Ansell, using his body and scooped out of there by the Victory defender. Good battle.
Yeah, good recovery from Ansell. Excellent from Matt Simon. He's looked fresh tonight. It's a battle for him. The away trip to Perth. Might look like himself based on his form this season, but he's been back to his best. Right. Stage hasn't felt the need to bring a call on just yet. That moment will certainly come.
Kids are getting right into this one, banging on the advertising hoardings. Adding to the vibe here in Gosford. De Silva made the run. Negro tried to play the elaborate 1-2. Lovely pass for Bozanic. It's all the Mariners. Some breathing room at the top again after Melbourne City have narrowed that gap big time in recent weeks. How's Robbie Cruz feeling on the quick backup from Wednesday night? Decent ball to the back post. The height of Anderson as a right back came in handy there.
Not just the height, but it was an excellent defensive header. John Anderson, good coverage by De Silva in defensive transition. The ground hard here, holding his shoulder. Clean tackle, perfectly timed. Excellent from De Silva. Heavy landing from Jake Brimmer.
Brimmer's former club in action. Right after this game, the Glory at home to Newcastle. Round off your Saturday night doubleheader. 2 more games coming tomorrow as well. From Wollongong and Adelaide. Nisbet. Turned Negro around and he managed to control it. But the pass did him no favours and created that turnover, really. Brimmer gave it back to Simon. And the Mariners create their turnover. Clisby wants it. Take his man on the outside. McManaman wasn't having that. Cruz working hard to be an option. Pick the ball back into play to waste time.
It's getting close to qual time. Victory showing all the signs. Their best hope from here is going to be something in the break. Even so, Rolls and Dominic look pretty comfortable at the moment.
Simon in behind Shotton, felt the contact. And what's the decision here? Shotton saying I didn't touch him. He's given offside against Simon.
Shotton certainly kept him. form.
Every second in the Mariners' half is precious for the victory. Are they playing like a team that would happily take a point here against the table toppers? Or are they slowing it down for one final flourish to try and get the winner?
Well, all of the above. Physically, many of the players look like they're just holding on. Slowing the game down so the Mariners can't get into rhythm. It's a long way from the finish tape, however.
Clisby full of running. Bends it in. Awkward for Shotton, who reacted well after his teammate missed it. And wrong-footed. The De Silva pass was Clisby.
Then De Silva get great tonight. Pressure off with that one. Misdirected pass.
Alu Quoll has finally left the bench to go and warm up behind the goal. Yanotta has been another player who's been coming off the bench lately for the Mariners. Ben Nisbet with an important touch in midfield to maintain possession for his team.
The difference of the Yanotta sub is that he's been brought on to try and get the Mariners some ball. Not the problem for them at the moment. But there are no problems for the Mariners at the moment. They just need a circuit breaker.
Bozanic tried to thump it in that top corner. And it's over Matt Acton's goal, just.
Yeah, there's an exciting effort from the captain, Bozanic. Again, Molina with the penetration. Clever pass inside. So too De Silva. And it's a great option from the skipper.
Victory gave it back again in their defensive third. Molina, the heavy touch. And the victory spark. Something going the other way. Butterfield around Nisbet, and he's got Campsoba making a terrific run. Elvis Campsoba against Birighitti. He's around him, and there's plenty of cover in the middle. Look at the Mariners' work in defensive transition.
Yeah, excellent work. Nice through ball from Butterfield. But you know the Mariners are going to come back at you. Tongyek puts in the big one. So too Negro, and Kai rolls in the middle just to make sure. Well done, Birighitti. The keeper to steer Campsoba wide, and it was a really promising flashpoint from the victory.
Remember that stat. The Mariners, the only team in the A-League yet to concede from a corner this season. Some have copped as many as 4 from corners. Lurking at that near post. Brimmer whips it in low. And Campsoba well positioned to pick up the second ball. Drops the shoulder on Nisbet and overhits his cross.
I'd be surprised if Stangers doesn't throw the reinforcements on now. A bit of freshness. A couple of new faces for the victory to look at.
This is the end of their changes. Jack Brimmer off, and we saw, captured by our cameras a moment ago, Robbie Cruz clutching at a groin, so he now has to see out the 90. As Birkin Kerdar comes on, like for like for Brimmer. And here comes the Mariners changes. A double change, those two we've been mentioning. Alu Quoll, 2 years ago, he was linked with the victory. But they never signed him, they never lured him to their club. They didn't want him in the end. He's made himself into a real name here in Gosford after leaving Shepparton. And Yanotta also making his way out there. Part of this double change from Stajic. Somewhat surprising that Danny De Silva's the man to make way.
Good games, both players. Two good subs to bring on. Warned are the Mariners, that last attack. Victory had real promise.
Handful of shirt here from Ansell. Oh, careful, Alu Quoll. Frustration for the youngster. Stood over Nick Ansell and now apologises. The yellow card will soon be flashed to the Victory defender once Ali Fagani tracks him down.
Well, contribution, impact. First touch of the ball. It's a Victory defender on notice. Turned him nicely and was away. Ansell knew it. Handful of the shirt. Beaten with the use of the body.
Clisby to whip it in. Ball bouncing around and Campsover. And McManaman couldn't spark the counter-attack. Beautiful from Yanota. Threaded the needle. Clisby at speed. And a little touch off Shotton was handy. Campsover will keep it in. Stopped emphatically by Negro at some expense.
Well defended in the end from Victory. Negro strong in the one-on-one. There's one back from the throw-in.
At full speed goes Bowman. And well read in the middle by Ansell. Matt Simon tried to nick it away from Markovic. Burke and Kerdar tried to improvise with the chest, and Nisbet's touch got away from him. You sense we're arriving at a significant moment in the game as Nisbet just nudged his man under it. And again, I refer to your earlier comment on the Mitch Duke foul.
Yeah.
Non-foul.
Oh, well, interpretation. That's the way it goes. Nisbet rolled the dice, didn't work for him.
Duke's goal of his career.
His favourite goal. It was a great goal. A great game.
I think 99% of referees wouldn't have let it stand, but thankfully for the neutral and the Wanderers it did that night against Wellington. Simon worked the angles beautifully for Bowman, who's such a good runner. A wonderful athlete down that right-hand side. Keeps on keeping on. Let's be turned around by Tonyic's pass. Alu Quoll's on the move. Flighted towards him against Shotton. A little slip from Quoll. Kept alive by Yanota. Stood up for Simon. And Yanota, Alu Quoll, nicking it around McManaman. Back in again by Clisby. Simon trying to knot it down once more, and it's all hands on deck for the Victory, and it's a handy outlet Campsover with his speed. Cruz trying to match him in the middle.
Great recovery from Nisbet. Too fast and too big in the eyes of Campsover as the imposing figure of Ron Tongnick closed him down and he ran the ball out.
Nice contributions already from the pole, Yanota. Most of the attacks have gone down the left-hand side, now down the right for Nisbet. Quoll unable to get on the end of things, but they can try and pin the Victory in here, the Mariners. Bit of space. Cruz is on the move. He's the furthest forward. Campsover. He keeps on keeping on. Showed too much to Negro. Should be coming back via Markovic. Kerdar wants it back from Campsover. He made a nice little run in behind the young midfielder. It's been 1-1 since the 31st minute when Urania equalised. 11 minutes after McManaman opened the scoring. Just get the feeling the scoring hasn't finished yet, even though we're getting late in the piece. Better signs for the victory in the last couple of minutes. Anderson tucking in and hoping McManaman would be attacking that space. Where do you feel the game is at?
Well, if you're a Mariners fan, you're on a nice edge, aren't you? Because it's got all the hallmarks of a sucker punch, which we haven't shown a lot, but on a couple of occasions when they've got into the Mariners' half, they've shown they might stick one away. The Mariners have dominated pretty much completely. And to the extent they feel capable, they just got to really turn the pace up now, the Mariners.
Yanotta waited for Clisby to take off. Looked for Quo in the middle, and the experience of Ryan Shotton is on display at the moment.
Yeah, good positioning. I think the corner will come. I wouldn't be mucking around if I'm the Mariners. I'd be getting this in as quick as I can and keep the ball in play. Keep running the victory around.
Quo, such an aerial threat. Matt Simon has already had several headers in the victory box. And Yanotta picked one of them out. Simon v. Shotton, there's appeals for handballs. We rarely see these result in penalties, of course. But the Mariners are asking the question.
The ball flies over the pack. Clearly the ball's hit the hand. The reaction time isn't enough.
In a natural position as well. Handful of shirt on Bowman was interesting though. It's all above board in modern day football. And now the foul. And he rolls just into the back of his man.
Well, the referee is going to get the play going. Is he going to get a substitute on? Is he going to get some medical attention?
Victory don't have any more subs to make, and the Mariners do. And here comes Jaden Casella. The captain departs with the armband still on. Has recovered. Did his own concussion test after copping the head knock. Anderson kept it in and found his captain. Nice idea from Cruz, but Negro ran interference on Campsober. Fresh legs. Jaden Casella. Bit overlapping. Negro goes back to Yanotta instead. Outside of the boot was ambitious. He's out there to try things though, the Polish number 22. Toniek's diagonal took Anderson out of play, but Clisby was betwixt and between.
Yeah. The plan for victory was to get out of here with a point, then they're getting real close to achieving that. Very interesting to see how much time, a couple of injury stoppages, really long retakes The ref adds on.
Rolls, searching for Simon. Held it up somehow. Little nibble from Barnett. Yanota, the lefty. Kamsoba picked his pocket. Saw him sustain cramp the other night celebrating his goal, but he's running out this game strongly.
Yeah, there's no question about that. This tonight.
Bowman popping up on the left-hand side at the moment after operating almost exclusively down the right. Nisbet drops it into Simon. And Acton could afford the fumble, but he's on notice to get rid of the ball a bit quicker than last time.
Good keeping from Matty Acton. Had a good game.
Nota, the advantage of Cruz. Clisby thought about going early towards Qual.
He should have tinged it diagonally. Turn the Victory defence around, put them under some pressure.
Mariners have a front four at the moment with Negro in space on that right-hand side. Now he's got to track back. Ball coughed up to Kamsoba. Kerdar managed to work it back to Butterfield. Markovic, what a ball, dragged down by the arm of Cruz. It appeared he was offside anyway. How does the 5 minutes sit with you?
Borderline skinny. But it's better than 4 minutes. And can the Mariners rouse themselves? Matt Simon collected in the exchange. And Victory hold on.
Nota bends one around the corner. Negro straight into Markovic.
Fortunate Negro corners something, but it's a beautiful ball from Yanota. Victory have defended these corners well. And Simon rubbing his neck.
They've won the last 2 meetings against the Victory very late. A couple of men down in the box here. Acton punches to Clisby. He flicked it up for himself. And then it's flicked over by Acton.
There's a slight panic at the end from Matty Acton. Not quite sure. Bodies everywhere in the box. You have to say, well defended again. Victory. This came through at about shoulder height. There's no way through there. And then in the end, it's about chest height. The ball comes eventually. Clisby, touch. It's catchable, isn't it? Matty Acton. Slight panic stations.
Awkward for shot, and he was stumbling. Another corner. And we're 2 minutes through the 5.
This was Matty Simon time, just over a year ago, last night. For Kurtz.
Cruz stoops to head clear, and Nisbet works it back to the corner taker. Yanota's radar off with that ball back in. And Birighitti can step up if he wants to. He's thinking about pinging one towards Alu Qual and Matt Simon there together. There's a double act here for an aerial ball. Flicked on by Simon. Clisby was nearly coasting in behind, but McManaman coughs up another set piece. Clisby to deliver. Again, it's a low one. There's some fatigue a factor now, and Toniak got the last touch.
And Clisby thinks it's another corner, but it's not. Victory have probably seen this one to safety.
referee comes up with 5 minutes. It's just a guess, often at the end of the 90. Just a feel thing because they don't run a clock on that kind of stuff. I raised that with a prominent referee recently. They said, well, they've had 90 minutes to score. If you can't do it in 90, we'll give you a little bit of time, but don't get too carried away with how much stoppage time is played. In review, it's a skinny one. It feels like it should have been almost 8 or 9. But we've got to get to Perth soon as well. As the Glory take on Newcastle. Here's a chance. Desperation from Ansell, and the foul goes against Cole before that strike by Bowman. Bruno Fornaroli against the Newcastle Jets. Diego Castro ready to weave some magic as well. And Newcastle bounce back and find a way past Liam Reddy, who's going very well in the Glory goal, facing plenty of shots as well lately, especially against Sydney FC.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Victory aren't going to get the chance for the free kick.
Didn't even get to 95 minutes. And Victory came here looking for a point. The way this one unfolded, Grant Brebner stops the rot after 4 consecutive losses. It's an embrace from Dylan Ryan as the Victory celebrate a point, but they're still rooted to the bottom of the A-League ladder. The Mariners are now 2 points clear of Melbourne City at the top. But Alan Stajic would have been banking on 3 points tonight. Boos for the officials as they head down the tunnel. The Mariners' educated fans know that time wasting was certainly a factor tonight, but wasn't spotted by some. At full time, it's 1-1. Andy Harper, what do you make of this game?
Yeah, the game petered out, unfortunately, from the Mariners' viewpoint. Yeah, they just didn't. They had so much control of the game, and their look back on this one, we just weren't able to raise the temperature when we needed to. Had some good moments. Matty Acton was great in the goal without having to save brilliantly. He patrolled his penalty area well. The Mariners did come back from the goal deficit, so nicely won by Callum McManaman. The other side of the goal, the Victory were looking pretty good until the Mariners found their mojo, got their equaliser. It's a really tidy finish from the Englishman. And it was rare territory for Melbourne Victory, but it wasn't enjoyed for long, as Bowman does brilliantly on the touchline, feeds in the Costa Rican Marco Ureña, who finishes assured from close range. And pretty much from that point on, outside of a couple of flashes here and there, it was the Mariners who were conducting the show, but probably just couldn't turn the heat up as they needed to, and when they needed to, and the Victory leave with the draw. A victory of sorts for them.